My first video was a 3x3 piston door. Ever since then I've strived for what I thought was the impossible. A perfect 3x3. Fast, compact, in sync, obsidianless, one wide, without those annoying flashing blocks that flash when you open and close. But no. My hope never turned to reality. Was my dream ever to come true? Hello everybody and welcome to another Minecraft Bedrock tutorial. Yes, dreams do indeed come true because today we are making the perfect 3x3 piston door. So here is our piston door. Now what I've done at the moment is just to cover up all the redstone so you can see the opening and closing as you would see it as if you were to build it in your own build, of which you'd see the redstone in. You don't want to see that. So we have our closing, which is nice and quick, as you can see, and fully in sync. And then the opening. Again, all the sides and top perfectly in sync. And again, it is very quick indeed. So we have the closing, and we have the opening. Very nice. But where this build really excels is not in the opening and closing, but no, it's in the redstone. Let's take a look. Do I need to say anything? Just look at it. I think it speaks for itself. So we have our closing, and we have the opening. Fantastic. So now you've seen the design, let's get on with this tutorial. Just before we get into that tutorial, I just want to apologise for my horrendous upload schedule recently. I'm really sorry about that. Basically, about 2 weeks ago, I had a chest infection, got ill, started to get better, but then got worse again. So then I was off for another week, and then, you know, I had the whole fiasco of the Robo-Tie Man taking over the world and all that. So yeah, bit of a hectic few weeks. I'm really sorry about that. But hopefully we'll be back to more regular uploading from now on. So for this truly amazing build, you're going to need 11 sticky pistons, 7 observers, 3 redstone repeaters, 3 redstone torches, 1 redstone block, 12 redstone dust, 3 droppers, 1 rubbish block, basically a block you don't mind throwing away, 1 comparator, 2 pieces of glass, 1 lever, 9 blocks of redstone to go on, and then 12 blocks for your door itself. Okay, to start this build, what you need to do is have a 5x5 square like this, but with the corners missing. Now, these blocks here are actually your door itself. So these blocks here are the same ones as these ones here, okay? So this is exactly where your door is going to be. So after you have your 5x5 square with the corners missing, come down to the bottom and place a block here and 2 more down like so. So 3 in total, and remove the first 2. Then grab a sticky piston and place it like this, and then another one on top of that one. And we can remove the temporary block. Now on the right hand side, looking toward the left, we need another piston like this. Then a temporary block here, 1 out, remove the first one, and a sticky piston facing inward, like so. And then another one on top. And we can remove the temporary block. Then we want to copy these 2 pistons on this side. So we need a block, 1 out, remove the first, sticky piston, 1 up, and remove the temporary. Now we need 3 sticky pistons going toward these 3 blocks like this. So block here, 1 up, and sticky piston, and sticky piston, all going toward these 3. And we can remove this block. So that's our piston layout all done. So now we can get on with some proper redstone. So firstly, place a block here, then grab a dropper and place it on the side of that block. Remove this block, and now crouch and place an observer like this. If you don't crouch, you know what will happen.
Otherwise you will just open the UI and you will look like an idiot.
Exactly. Then crouch again and place a lever like this on that dropper. Then again crouch and place dust on top of that dropper. Now from this dust we need a repeater on 4 tick delay. So what you need to do is to place it down and press it 3 times. Once, twice, thrice. After that, we need to place another block next to this dropper. So crouch and place it like this. Then a block down and 1 to the right. Remove this middle one and have a repeater on this block going toward this block on 4 tick delay. So again, we place it down and press it 3 times. On top of this block, we need a torch. On top of that torch, we need a block. And then on top of this block, we need another torch. But also, we need a torch on this side. So that's what we should have so far. So the dust, the repeaters on 4 ticks, and the torches like that. Now place a block here, one up, and another one up. And we want to place dust all along like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now come to the left and place another block here. And we want 3 bits of dust like this. 1, 2, 3. And lastly, grab 2 bits of glass, place one here and one here. And on these 2, we need some more dust. So what will happen when that torch turns on, it'll power this piston and this piston. It'll power this dust, which will power these 3, which the dust will travel down like this, all the way down here, powering this piston, powering this block, which will power that piston. So we should have our full extension. So all we have to do now is get that block from there to there. Very simple. Okay, our next step is to come over to this left-hand side and firstly place a sticky piston directly underneath that block. So when that block powers, that sticky piston will extend. Now, on the face of that sticky piston, we need a block of redstone. Now, on this side of this block of redstone, facing downward, we need a dropper. So just make sure it's facing downward so the slot is facing toward the ground. Then we need to crouch and place a temporary block here and another one. Remove the first one and have another dropper facing upward. So go above that dropper and place it like this. So these 2 should be facing toward each other. Now after that, come underneath this piston and have an observer facing downward. So the dot should be facing directly down toward the floor. Then have an observer facing toward our droppers and another one and then a dot. A dot here? It's because I was looking at the dot. Then a block here. Now, from this dropper here, we need a comparator and a block. Now, this bit gets a little bit tricky. Now, crouch and place an observer facing upward off that comparator. Like that. So the face should be detecting the comparator and the dot should be going toward the sky. And then, place another observer coming away from this observer toward this piston. Like that. Now we need one more observer coming away from this piston here. So the dot should be going toward the middle. Now on top of this observer, going toward this block, we need a repeater on 3 tick delay. So place it down and press it twice. Once, twice. Okay? So that observer is detecting that piston. That observer is detecting that comparator. That observer is detecting that one. And these 3 observers are detecting each other apart from this one, which is detecting this piston. Okay, and then lastly, in this dropper here, we need to place any old block you don't mind throwing away. And that's everything completely done. So when we flick the lever, we have our closing, and then flick the lever off, we have our opening. Brilliant. Now, just before we finish this video, I need to show you how to wire up a lever to this build. Now, I know we have a lever here already, but if you want to move the lever, you don't just run a repeater into this dust or this dropper. Otherwise, this build will break. Weirdly. And I don't know why. I think it might be just a bug at the moment, and hopefully they'll fix it soon. But basically, to get around that problem, all you have to do is to power this dust with a block of redstone. And yeah, that will work. And I don't know why. So what you need to do is just place 3 blocks out like this, if you want to, and have a sticky piston like this, block of redstone, and that will work. So all you have to do is send power to this sticky piston. And as you can see, it will work. Or alternatively, you can have the sticky piston like this. This is my personal favourite way of doing it. And then power this piston like that. So knowing that, now we can add a T flip-flop. So we can actually have some buttons. And this is the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. If you did like this video or like this design, please give us a like. And if you really loved it, make sure you subscribe with that wonderful subscribe button for more awesome content. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one, and I'll see you later. Bye!